In 1993, Ford started developing a color that was going to be introduced 3 years later on the 1996 Ford Mustang Cobra called Mystic. It was going to be just over an $800 option, an extremely expensive paint color, and it was absolutely beautiful. We didn't see it again until around 2004 when it was reintroduced on the Cobra, but they upped the price to $1,100 and changed the name to Mistachrome. This paint was crazy. Ford claimed that if you got a chip in the paint, the entire car would need to be resprayed to make it look right. We haven't seen that color since 2004 until now, where you can get it on an RTR custom ordered vehicle just like so for $15,000.
RTR started creating a name for themselves in 2000 based out of Indiana, and since then they have continued to bring some pretty fun upgrades to some already awesome cars. When they brought Mistachrome back to the scene, I think it's pretty fun that they've carried the heritage from what was an incredible paint color to the current day S650 Mustang. It is absolutely phenomenal in person. I don't know that any video will ever capture how good this car looks. What I think is really fun about this is when it was first introduced as Mystic, there's right around 1,000 production vehicles made with the color. That second year that you commented on, again, another 1,000 units. Now here we are in 2025, and RTR is saying right around 1,000 units is what the plan is.
Now, the last time that we saw Mistachrome, that Mustang was available at 390 horsepower, where the one that we are looking at today is about to have 810. Hello everybody and welcome to Performance on Wheels. My name is Austin. My dad Todd and I, we make all types of different car videos. Today I need to give a huge shout out to Apple Autos for supplying this Ford Mustang RTR Spec 2 for today's video. If you guys are interested in purchasing this Mustang, be sure to check out the link down in the description below, as it's currently available for sale for right around $110,000. However, this Mustang is going to have a few cool changes coming on in the near future, including a full stealth PPF to turn this unbelievable paint completely matte. It also is going to get some leather seats because it currently has cloth, and it's also going to get a catback exhaust. If you guys are interested in purchasing this vehicle, like I said, check it out down below.
Let's look at everything that the RTR package offers. Starting up front with the upper grille with LED lights and air intakes, the lower grille, the RTR corner grills, the RTR under tray extension, also known as that front splitter up front, the RTR hood vents, the rocker splitters, the rear quarter splitters, the deck lid spoiler, the RTR Tactical Performance Adjustable Front Sway Bar, the RTR Tactical Performance Adjustable Rear Sway Bar, the Tactical Performance Adjustable Front Struts, and the Tactical Performance Adjustable Rear Shocks. Let's not forget about the RTR Shock Mount Kit and the Tactical Performance Lowering Springs. We're not done yet because we have the Performance Shift Knob that they will offer whether you're getting the automatic or the manual, and you can also get that awesome plaque up front on the dashboard with Von Gittin Jr.'s signature, this being number 250. The RTR badging will be found on the grille, the fender, and the deck lid, and the Speed Block graphics package does bring a new element to this Mustang. The windshield banner makes it look pretty menacing, I will say. The floor mats are from RTR, and the amazing 20 by 9.5 and the 20 by 10.5 wheels with those Nitto NT 555s look pretty darn good.
And the difference between the Spec 2 and the Spec 3 is ultimately RTR installing a Whipple supercharger there at the factory, where Cryptic Customs here at Apple Autos has decided to install the supercharger here. So this will be an 810 horsepower, basically Spec 3 RTR Mustang. And I mean, I'm not gonna lie, after our short drive in the RTR Mustang today, it drives just like a stock Mustang. It's just lowered a little bit. Looking at the front, I understand that they're adjustable, but looking at the front, I would like to say coilovers, but they just look like a factory McPherson strut. I'm struggling to see where the adjustability is here.
Yeah, there's some holes in the bottom. I'm curious if like you adjust where the spring sets in there and there's a stop block. I'm honestly, I
don't know. I was really hoping though that I thought RTR was going to do a little bit more into the suspension that they did. I was hoping for like coilovers all around, some adjustments there, but ultimately this drives just like a factory Mustang. Granted, it sits a little bit lower. I look at RTR as basically an aesthetics package, but don't let that fool you, because this paint is one of the most beautiful colors that I've ever seen in my life.
Absolutely incredible. And when we talk about under the hood, Austin, we have a lot of videos on sleeper F-150s with Cryptic Customs putting that Whipple under the hood with the over 700 horsepower of those in those F-150s. So make sure you check out some of those videos on the channel.
I want to take a second to briefly explain what the heck this even is. What is an RTR? How are these built? How are Shelby's built? Let me explain that to you. There's a company called Fox Factory that has this massive facility that has a large partnership with Ford. Basically what they do is they get shipments of vehicles that they specifically order from the manufacturer, just like a dealership would, for example. The dealership orders these vehicles for their inventory. That's what Fox Factory does. They order these vehicles specifically for their inventory. So to build these for dealers, what they do is they take basically a base model Mustang GT with a performance pack like this one is. So it's got the cloth seats, it's got the base screens, doesn't have the tech pack. This one specifically is an auto. It's a base model Mustang GT. They only order black ones. They take these, they strip them all down, they paint them, they go through the entire vehicle and do a full-on paint. So your door panels, the inside of the hood, the inside of the trunk, it looks like it came from the factory this way because it did at Fox Factory. It's basically a manufacturer after the manufacturer. It goes from a plant to another plant and gets completely disassembled and put back together again. It's kind of interesting how that works. And Shelby's are built in the exact same factory and they do the same thing.
If you are someone that likes a story behind your car, and if you are someone that likes something that is slightly unique out on the road or stands out from the crowd, and maybe you don't want to make all the decisions yourself, you like the fact that someone already made the decisions for you and turned a car into something beautiful, RTR might be the right choice for you. I do believe that the S650 Mustang may be one of the best looking Mustangs, only when it comes to customizing them. I think there's some other generations of Mustangs that look better from the factory, but with the lines, with the menacing look, you can really make these things look gnarly. I do think RTR did a really good job.
The thing that I think about when I look at this Mustang is my whole issue with it is the only reason you would ever buy this Mustang is because of the paint. I just honestly think that's the only reason that you buy this RTR vehicle.
Yep.
And I do love it. It looks very good. Just the issue that I have with it is the cost that RTR is associated with this. For example, you can go onto RTR's website and you can purchase every single one of these parts and install them yourself at your house, which is super appealing. They're really cool parts. The issue is the premium that RTR costs to put all those parts on, I just think it's a little bit much in my personal opinion. It's hard to have a one-off Mustang. I get it gets the plaque that you can purchase all the off-the-shelf parts for to build at home.